Hey everybody, what's going on? We're here with a timeless reading. The first card that we have out is Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups, Nine of Cups, Page of Cups. All right. It looks like you're satisfied with something. You could be happy about something that you have going on. There could have also been this feeling that there was something that you wanted and you may have like retrieved that or opened yourself up to it in some way. This shows things being good emotionally, and you can also feel like there's a sense of interconnectedness with things, because it feels like all of the maybe potential cups where it's like, I feel like this is important to me and I want to feel like this, or I would like to be connected with this, or I want to be experiencing this. It's like all of these things, how they're all sort of facing one another and sort of like intertwined with one another, and you may be getting a bigger picture of something. Like maybe before you could have felt like all these things that I want, or that I want to experience, or that I desire, or that will like fulfill me in some way, or that feel like it's part of my path. Like you could have felt like those things were separate at one point in time, and it feels like now that you may be connecting with each of these things, you may have even gone about acquiring them individually, or realizing them individually, or connecting with them individually. It feels like now they're all coming together in some way, and you're like, wow, they actually all go together to paint a bigger picture. And you could even feel like this is bringing something to light or highlighting something for you now. And maybe also it's sort of like the compatibility of this for you, that if you're like truly in alignment with your sense of fulfillment, that nothing is going to conflict with one another. Rather, it's just going to like paint a bigger picture of something for you, and that they all do go together. Because even though you see like the individual strings are a bit different from one another, they also all go together to like make that rainbow, which is that sense of completion. And it feels like you're in a spot where so the rainbow over here, that's reflective of all the different aspects that when they all are brought together, it's like your whole sense of fulfillment, what you want, all the different like pieces of that, or what's connected with you emotionally as far as what you want to be connected with. Having this little page here feels like those things that you're seeing, it's just a reflection of you. So it feels like something is clicking now, like something is making sense now, because you're seeing that like these things that resonate with you, that shine your energy, like you're connected with them because they're a reflection of you. But you see how the reflection is in the water, so it's reflected in the intrinsic, it's reflected in the internal. It's not something that you externally see. So it feels like you're setting sights on your internal reflection, like your cosmic energy and your astral energy, like that type of thing. And it's like resonating when it comes to these certain things that you're experiencing. So it feels like this is like painting a bigger picture for you. Something is coming to light. And it's just more like everything is like mirroring one another, like it's just a reflection. And because of you being in touch with yourself, when you feel that connection with the things that are resonating with you, it feels like it may be part of a sense of like self-discovery or more information that you're finding out about yourself with where you are right now. Those types of things. These can be messages that you're receiving too. I'm seeing the Hierophant. This feels like a layered process. But I'm seeing you be in a spot where you feel like you're getting to know yourself better and better and better. Because Page of Cups can sort of be like you exploring what this is for yourself, because the Page of Cups is like a younger energy where it's about finding these things out and understanding yourself on an internal level, on a feeling level. on a water level. So this means that you may be gaining more insight, more understanding, connected with your moon energy or any water placements that you may have, those types of things. And that this is the key to you feeling like you're in place rather than, like, as opposed to out of place, that you're in place, like that sort of thing. But this could have been something that, I don't know why at this point you've decided to sort of like get into this or discover this, but it feels like a lot just about yourself in ways that you have to tune into to see the reflection of that. Like, this isn't something that you can feel it when you're disconnected, but it may take tuning in order for you to see this, like looking into this. At this point, it seems like there's a bigger importance being placed on this. I'm looking at the Emperor. So this can be like what you're curating your life towards. I also see Emperor in this deck as sort of like what you are growing up into. Whatever, it doesn't matter what stage of life you're in. Like, we're always growing. There's always expanding. This can feel like what you are growing up into. Feeling like the MC to me within your birth chart. Things that you're realizing about yourself and like even the structure of yourself. Okay. I'm getting that you're learning how to see the difference. And maybe this was something that wasn't realized before. So I'm seeing Knight of Cups and I'm seeing the Devil come out. And the Devil is connected with the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is surrounded with like what I think I want, what I feel I want, what I imagine I desire, like those types of things. On an internal level, like what's gonna make me happy, what do I think I want to experience. Having the Devil here can be needing to sort of like see the difference between what is going to be something that's actually empty rather than fulfilling versus what is authentically fulfilling to me, and knowing the difference between the two and not being tricked, because the Devil is something that will sort of present as something that you want and then that fulfillment doesn't end up materializing. So this feels like learning about the difference between the two of those by rather than being caught up in like the external things, to be able to see internally, which is in like the reflection over here within the water, which is just like the metaphor for what's resonating on an energetic level with you. So the water is like what you're feeling into and what you can make out from that feeling. I am seeing the Knight of Cups here. There may be something that you want to express. It feels like it's contained and it's like even ready to be shared. So this is something that you're feeling where you're like, it's condensed now in some way, where there's like, it's all together here. Like you don't see fragments of it anywhere else. Like it's all contained within here. So this is sort of like ready to go, ready to be shared, that type of thing that's connected with your feelings. But I'm seeing the Devil sort of like blocking this for some reason. But you could even be like noticing or seeing what has maybe been blocking you from expressing this, blocking you from sharing this. And the Devil is something that would just sort of be a distraction from you actually doing this. So it wouldn't be like a real reason not to share or a real reason not to express, as far as something that's like relevant that your guides are like, no, it's not time. It's not that type of thing. The Devil can be reasons why one feels like scared, or one feels hesitant, or one feels nervous or worried to share or authentically express something. But this isn't like a message that comes from your guides. This is a message that comes along the frequency of fear and materialism with the devil. Like trying to see if it can pull you into playing that game. But it could have been something where you were trying to look at it and be like, is this a message from my guides, or is this just trying to connect with something within me, like my ego, my ability to feel fear that's connected with my survival instinct, like trying to see the difference. I'm also seeing this is again connected with like what you truly want versus what something else may be telling you that you want, but it's not really going to feel legitimately fulfilling to you, or legitimately satisfying, or legitimately resonate. But it feels like you're seeing through this now at this point. But yeah, maybe there was something that you were feeling, what is it, like scared to say, scared to express. Okay, and when that was happening, because this may have been sort of like a cycle that was occurring. When this was happening, I'm seeing 4 of Cups here. This could have been something that felt draining, because there was something within you that was like, hey, I'm here all packaged up and I want to be expressed now. And the devil is like those things that end up blocking you, that appear very real, but it like plays on your fear, or like I'm not whole, like those types of things. It's not a healing energy. This is like what's even the best way to describe this? This is something that would make you feel, it sort of would feel like, it's something that takes you out of the space of your divine energy. So it can have you feeling like unsafe, or that you need to be scared, or that you need to protect yourself, or that things aren't okay, or that like you need to do this in order to keep yourself safe because you don't feel like you're safe, like those types of things. So then whatever this is, it has you like shutting that down, because you're like, oh, I guess I shouldn't say anything. Because you see, I'm looking at this is a Knight of Cups. If you sort of look at the expression, it feels almost like I'm trying to look at this, like figure this out, like eyeing something, where it's almost like checking something out is the vibe that I get from this. Like, is it safe for me to share this, or is it not? Like, what do I do here? You even see it kind of like pulled back a little bit. And you see the devil over here. So this can even be something that you feel like recoiling in some way, but it could feel like I can't get through now. So this, you may have to go through some type of fear or blockage, because I'm seeing the devil be that. It's like, pay attention to me because I'm important, and then it keeps you sort of stuck there when really you're meant to be like continuing and moving through. But because of having to deal with this, whatever it is that's telling you, pay attention to me, like don't continue doing whatever you need to continue doing over here, then having 4 of Cups would make sense, because you're like exhausted from going through that. Like I'm trying to sort of like move across this, and I feel like it's very much draining my energy, because like the purity in what wants to be expressed, it's like being blocked by whatever this is, and then it feels like it's depressing the energy in some way, which is also interesting too, because we have Capricorn here, which is ruled by Saturn, which speaks about restrictions. So you would feel restricted in some way from expressing this thing that wants to be expressed. And then over here, this is sort of like that outcome of feeling like shut down or pulled down, or like I don't have the energy now, like that type of thing. And this card is also one that feels like needing to move lightly across something. So that may also be part of the reason too, to maybe not take this so seriously. but it could be something that's really pulling you down. Like this could be something going on with Saturn within your chart. It can be something transit-wise that you're experiencing. So then this thing over here that's connected with Page of Cups, or sort of you're seeing this reflection of yourself, you may feel like this thing is sort of dragging you or pulling you down, like almost keeping you away from what you want or blocking you at times, it could feel like. But is it actually? I even get the feeling too that maybe there was something that you wanted to like say back there, something like that, and now you're gonna hook back around and go back and find that part of yourself. You see how this Four of Cups is going backwards? Like you're over here, there's whatever this restriction is over here, and then you have the Four of Cups being like, this doesn't feel good. So maybe like needing to go back to something to like redo it or do it differently in order to like keep it moving, because it could feel like you left this back there. I'm getting to that the effect that this would have on you is that it would somewhat like depress your senses or something like that. Or like drain your energy. You could have also like this thing that wanted to be expressed that feels like you had a good idea, like this feels like a state of purity of what wants to be expressed. Having the Devil here could have restricted the way that you express something, but then when everything came out, you could have felt like it was sort of a shut down, watered down reflection of your experience. And so having this Four of Cups feel like it's going backwards feels like you may be going back into something to like either redo it or recover that piece of yourself that maybe got caught up in whatever restriction this was, or got stuck or like left behind or something like that. Yeah, I'm seeing the Seven of Swords here, which is about like not purely expressing something, or not like honestly expressing something. And it can also be the way that like our mind plays tricks on us too. So this does feel like if I continue forward without going back for this piece of myself, that there was something that needed to be said without binding myself to the restriction of whatever the Devil is. If I were to ignore that and try to keep moving forward with something, you may feel like you're betraying yourself in some way to have the Seven of Swords here. Like if I continued and just ignored this, I would feel like I'm not being true to myself, or that I'm not expressing myself in this way in a pure way that I know it wanted to be expressed, like that type of thing. And this could also be about feelings too, like something that wanted to be shared. And you could also feel that if you were to sort of like ignore this and not go back to whatever this is and keep moving forward. Sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a sec. You could feel like if you ignore this and don't go back to rectify whatever this is, that I'm seeing Seven of Swords be connected with the Emperor. You could feel like this would be tampering with what you're doing here. Something that's really important to your journey, because the Emperor is connected with like your legacy and the life that you're building and what you're meant to be experiencing. Like I see the Emperor as being a really dharmic card with like the things that you are building within your life and what holds importance and meaning to you, and what jobs you came here to do, and what you came here to accomplish or experience or learn, like those types of things, like what your life is about, like what the message of that is about. Having Seven of Swords can feel like betraying that in some way. And then also too, like betraying your pursuit of happiness, because we start with Ten of Cups, which is like all of these things that are fulfilling and reflective of what's internally resonating with you. And then Seven of Swords is like not being honest with yourself about that. And this can also mean too that you weren't honest with someone else about this as well. It doesn't have to be like that, because it's mostly about like it's about your relationship with yourself. However, like others can then be impacted by that. Like your relationships are with other people or with other things are going to be reflective of your relationship with yourself. So if you feel like you're abandoning part of your journey, or that you're sort of like not exploring it, or not bringing awareness to it, or not bringing light to it, you could also feel like something else is suffering or other things are suffering because of that too. But what I'm seeing is that you going back to do this, which it really feels like this is about expressing something that you know, because this Knight of Cups feels like, I know what I want to say, I know what I'm feeling, I know what I want to say, and I know that this is in alignment. But having Devil and Four of Cups and Seven of Swords are these things that I would convince myself this is why I can't say this. So it feels like going back to that space where this is pure, like that message is pure, that feeling is pure, and then like shining it from there and not allowing the devil to restrict you, and then not feeling like your energy is getting siphoned because of that, and then also not feeling this like I'm shutting down or I'm lying to myself here, I'm not really being honest. Like you'll be able to sort of transcend all of these things because you're going back and doing this the right way. So that's what I'm seeing is going on. It feels like part of your legacy is expressing whatever this is that's so important for you to express. Now, I don't know what this is going to be for each of you, but I'm seeing something where it feels like it's almost like a great example of like what this could be is somebody wants to say something to another person or like share a part of their story, and they have it all typed out like really, really nicely. And then because of the devil, which is like restricted in some way, or like fear or whatever it is, or other people aren't gonna resonate with it, or like I need it to be pleasing to whoever, or I don't want to maybe show like my heart on my sleeve, like those types of things, going in and editing it to the point where it like loses part of its essence, a very important aspect of its essence, and then feeling like because of not truly being yourself, and also feeling like it doesn't maintain sort of the purity of this energy, of the message, of what was meant to be expressed, then feeling like shut down, and then also feeling at odds with yourself too, where you feel like out of touch, those types of things. So I'm seeing you go back to like when it's like undoing all of that editing and going back to when it was perfect, and then sharing it from there, like that type of thing. That's what I'm seeing, because I'm seeing it was like it was perfect before, like it was exactly the way that it was supposed to be, it was aligned and you knew that it was aligned. But then because of maybe thinking I want this other thing instead, which I'm seeing was connected with the devil, so that means like being tricked by something into thinking it's something else that you want, or you want to be saying something else for like XYZ. It then like took you away from what was like genuine and authentic to you. So this feels like going back to what that initial vision was and what initially wanted, because this is also about expressing yourself. It's not just only feeling what you're feeling, it's also being very expressive and honest with yourself about what this is, because you properly interpreted the message. But then reasons why changing things around, having Nine of Cups and having the devil is thinking that like I want this more, and so I'm going to change this because of it. Or now this other thing is coming through and maybe I want that, like maybe that's what I want instead. But I'm seeing it because it's connected with the devil, it's like it's a lie. Like it's not something legitimately that's going to be connected with that internal state of satisfaction and fulfillment and resonance. And that's why you would be feeling shut down. That's why when you're like looking at your reflection internally, there's something going on where you're like, I don't like the way this looks, or like something's wrong, or like I need to go back and fix that thing. It's like that type of energy that I'm seeing. And you would feel again like you're abandoning your legacy in some type of way, not being fully honest with yourself about what that is. So that's what I'm seeing this be connected with. I'm seeing that things are going to go really well for you. Like you going back and you doing this and touching base again with this part of yourself and expressing yourself from there. I will say this too, like it was normal for you to go through this experience and be cautious about what was going on and be reactive to it. It feels like it was just reacting to things that were connected with a sense of fear at the bottom of it. Even though it may not have looked like that externally, that's actually what this was linked to with the devil. You're feeling like something wasn't right, or it should have been more and more and more and more and more, like that type of thing. But it's fine actually and pure just the way that it is. And going back to that space where you feel like it's in that whole essence. I'm seeing 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, which shows that you are successfully going to work through this situation and come out on the other side and feel like you've truly overcome this and done what needed to be done. Because the 6 of Wands is a card of success and it's a card of victory. And so this is actually you working with yourself and you working with your shadow and bringing light to this. And you're going to feel like then you can move forward with things. I'm seeing Aries and I'm seeing Capricorn here. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.